Yeah, g'day. So we come here to learn a little bit about the risks from volcanoes and geothermal features. We just need to keep an eye on things, we need to stay safe, but we need to be near where that hot water is as well. But we've got to make sure we don't wreck the place. So we need to look out for those fumaroles. We need to make sure that we don't damage them when we try and pull the heat out of the ground. The reason that we're really interested in this area in Kraftler is because there's volcanic activity that gives us the geothermal activity. But what that does is it means there's a bit of a likelihood that there might be an event. Now, what does that mean? So if we have a volcanic eruption, a big boom eruption, it creates a lot of ash. Now those types of things are pretty rare. Don't happen all that often, but they can be pretty large. Whereas you might have a lava flow flowing out of the edge of the volcano there. Now there's quite a few of those, and so they're a lot more likely to happen. Now the ash forming eruptions, they come from pretty substantial, large, big boom style eruptions. And so the consequences of those eruptions, very catastrophic. Now with the lava flow, if that lava is really close to your drilling rig or really close to some buildings or a bridge, that can be catastrophic. But if the lava flow is a little bit of a distance away from any of your gear, it can be all right. And sometimes, if you know it's going to be kind of coming close to you, you can be clever about it. And you can engineer some stuff, build a big wall or mound up a whole lot of earth. So when you put all those things together, the likelihood of something happening and the consequences of it happening, you start to think about the risk.
Extreme risk. That is when something is likely to happen. In other words, the likelihood is high and the consequences of the event is catastrophic. That is not a good situation to be in.
Now you can have a bit of a high risk where you might have something that's like a lava flow and it's pretty close to where you are, but you've thought about it ahead of time, and so you've built the walls, you've built the bunds, and you've protected yourself. Now the low risk stuff is more about those things that a lava flow that's a little bit further away, and it's all about understanding the geology and all about understanding where you put your gear. We need to locate the drilling site in the safest place possible. We also want to have some features of design at the site to try and minimise the risk, particularly from things like lava flows. Or if we can't design it out, then we want to have a contingency plan, the old what ifs. What if this might happen? What if that might happen? So location of the drilling site, the design features at the site, and if you can't design it well, then having a contingency plan in place. So let's talk about some of those specific hazards. Lava flows. The reality is, if a lava flow is coming towards you, you can outwalk it. Don't have to run, it's not going too fast. But those things that can't walk, they're in a little bit more trouble. So your drilling site and your drilling gear, you've got to think about that stuff because you can't shift it. So you need to have some design around it that's going to keep the lava from impacting your drill site. Ash falls are one of those big eruptions. When they do occur, the reality is they're that big, you pretty much just got to have a contingency plan. But we can't get away from the risk. You know, the heat is where the magma is, which is where the chance to generate the electricity is. So we have to have some level of risk. But as the environmental risk manager, if it's extreme, then you've got to either reconsider the location or you've got to cancel the project. No project is worth extreme risk. If it's got high risk, maybe you can reconsider the location, and to be honest, that would be my preference. Think of another place or get some safety features in your design. And at the very least, have some contingency plans alongside that. Now, if it's low risk, well, you're okay to proceed. But remember, if it's extreme, your job as the environmental manager, stop the project or relocate it. We'll all be safe.